Hello, Year 1, and welcome to today's English lesson. In today's lesson, we will be identifying key vocabulary. That means we're going to be looking for special words and discussing them. What do they mean? And why did the writer use those words in the story? Before we start, you do not need to pause the video. And you do not need to go and read or listen to the story because we are going to go through it together. Pippi Skycap, A Tale of Mischief. Once upon a time, there was a pixie called Pippi Skycap who lived in the corner cupboard in a room just like yours. Pippi loved to have fun and loved to giggle, but most of all, he loved to play tricks. One cloudy morning, he woke up feeling full of mischief. I can see two very interesting words used in that sentence. The first was cloudy and the second was mischief. Let's discuss both. When the writer uses the word cloudy in One Cloudy Morning, what picture does that put in your head? Think about what it would be like outside. What are you seeing in the sky? I'm picturing lots of clouds up in the sky, and maybe it's not so sunny. I'm also thinking maybe some of those clouds are white, and maybe some are grey. So it's not a very sunny day. Okay, let's have a look at the word mischief. He woke up feeling full of mischief. What does that tell you about Pippi Skycap? What sort of pixie was he? Was he a sensible pixie? Or was he a cheeky, mischievous, maybe naughty pixie? Can you see by using the word mischief, the writer has already revealed lots about this pixie to us. Let's read on. So he put on his best blue jacket, squeezed into his spotty boots and set off to find some fun. Hoppity skip, hoppity skip, hoppity skip. Soon he came to an old stone bridge where a grumpy troll was sleeping. Oh, I really like that word grumpy. What does that tell us straight away about the troll? Was he a happy troll? Really pleased to see everybody? Or was he a bit miserable? What picture have you got in your head of that troll? What does he look like? Think about what his face might look like. I'm not sure he's going to be smiling. Maybe you can pull the face at an adult to show them your grumpy troll face. I think the writer used the word grumpy to tell us exactly what sort of troll is under the stone bridge. Before we read on, do you think you could walk around your living room or your kitchen or your bedroom, wherever you are, as a grumpy troll? Show your adult what a grumpy troll would walk like. Pause the video now and then come back and we'll carry on reading. Wow, I hope you walked around your house like a big grumpy troll. Urgh. Okay, let's carry on reading. Now for some fun, giggled Pippi. and he pulled a soft feather from his pocket. Now that's an interesting word, describing the feather as soft. Can you think of anything soft in your house? Maybe you can go and pick up something that's soft. And tell me, does it feel as soft as a feather? Let's read on. Nearer and nearer he crept to the troll until he could tickle his warty nose with the feather. Achoo! The poor old troll woke up with a huge sneeze and tried to grab the tricky pixie. Luckily, Pipotty was a tiny pixie, a teeny pixie, and he slipped through the troll's fat fingers. Ooh, we've got another description of the troll. Fat fingers. What does that tell you about how this troll might have looked? What picture have you got in your head of this troll's hands? I want you to hold up your hands and show your fat fingers. Roar, troll fingers. Wiggle them around like they're big fat sausages. Ugh, troll fingers, yuck. Okay, let's read on. Off he sped, hoppity skip, hoppity skip, hoppity skip. Next, he came to a prickly bush where a ginger cat was watching the birds. Ooh, that word prickly. That's describing that bush for us, isn't it? Imagine what that bush would look like. Can you see the sharp thorns sticking out of it? Could you imagine what it would feel like to touch that bush and prick your finger? Ouch! What a wonderful word prickly is to describe that bush. Now for some fun, giggled Pipotty, and he snapped off a sharp thorn from the bush. Ooh, there's another fantastic word to describe what that bush is like. We've had prickly, and now we've got the word sharp. Can you think of anything sharp that's around your house? Are those sharp objects dangerous should you touch them? What happens if you did touch them? Let's read on. Nearer and nearer he crept to the cat until he could prick her tail with the thorn. Now this word here, crept, is one of my favourite because it describes exactly how Pipotty moved. Why did Pipotty not run or stamp or march? Why did Pipotty creep? Think about what he was going to do to the cat. He had to creep because he didn't want the cat to hear him. Can you creep around the room you're in and see if anyone can hear you as you creep around? Creep, creep, creep like a ninja. Well, I hope you enjoyed creeping. I just had a little creep around as well on my tiptoes and no one could hear me. Let's read on. Ouch, ouch, ouch! The poor cat spun round with a yowl and a howl and swiped at the tricky pixie. Luckily, Pipotty was a tiny pixie, a teeny pixie, and he dodged the long, sharp claws. Ooh, there's that word sharp again, helping you to imagine just what the cat's claws look like. Off he sped, hoppity skip, hoppity skip, hoppity skip. Soon he came to a riverbank where an old toad was dozing by a shiny lily pad. Oh, that word shiny describing the lily pad. What picture does that put in your mind of the lily pad that the toad was dozing on? Does it make you think that maybe the lily pad was a bit wet and so the water was glistening, it was shining? Picture that lily pad in your head. Can you think of other things that are shiny? Maybe you can see things from where you're sitting. Let's read on. Now for some fun, giggled Pipotee, and he pulled a bright blue balloon from his pocket. Nearer and nearer he crept to the toad until he was right beside his ear. There's that word again, Year 1, crept, helping us to picture exactly how Pipotee is moving. He blew and he blew and he blew until bang! My poor ears, croaked the toad, and he wibbled and wobbled and finally fell into the river with a gigantic splash. Oh my goodness, look at that word gigantic. Do you know what gigantic means? Can you tell an adult what gigantic means? Well done if you said that gigantic means big, huge, massive. Does that word gigantic help you picture just what the splash was like? Was it a little small splash? Or was it a huge splash? Unfortunately, Pipotee had not seen that on the next lily pad was the king toad. It looked at him with mean, beady eyes, flicked out an enormous tongue, and covered him in a thick, sticky goo. Ooh, enormous, enormous tongue. Year 1, what picture does that put in your mind of the king toad's tongue? Can you imagine what his tongue looked like? A small little tongue? Oh no, a huge, enormous tongue. Ugh, all sticky and gooey. Yuck! Cried Pipotee, and he ran off, squishing and squelching and squelching and squishing all the way home. Ooh, squishing and squelching, squelching and squishing. Now those words sound exactly what squishing and squelching sound like. Squish, squelch, squish, squelch. Can you walk around your house going squish and squelch, squish and squelch? Imagine running through the thick mud with those sounds, squish, squelch. I love those words. They really describe exactly what it sounds like walking or running through the mud. That evening, Pipotee Skycap had a long hot bath, snuggled up with a mug of hot chocolate and thought about his day. Long hot bath, snuggled. What picture is that putting in your head? Nice cosy scene, relaxing at the end of a very eventful day. Picture Pipotee Skycap. What do you see him doing? Let's read on. He remembered the sticky, oozy goo that covered him head to foot and frowned. I'll just have to be a careful Tricky Pixie tomorrow, he mumbled, and settled down to plan some more mischief. Okay, Year 1. Well, I hope you enjoyed going through the story and exploring some of those exciting words. Our task, which you can see here, is to go through 3 of those words and we're going to sound them out. We're going to create an action for them, and then we're going to have a think of things that are soft or sharp or shiny. So let's begin. Here is our first word. Can you see it in the middle of the bubble? Soft. Soft. Something that is soft feels nice to touch. It is not rough or hard. The first thing I'd like you to do is, can you think of an action that you could do for soft? Pause the video now and think of an action for soft. My action for soft was like stroking or hugging a nice soft teddy bear. What was your action? Could you send me a video on Dojo? Now we're going to count how many sounds we can hear in the word soft. Soft. S, o, f, t. Soft. Here's soft with the sound buttons. S, o, f, t. Soft. 4 sounds. Okay, year 1. Can you think of 4 things that are soft? Maybe you could explore in your house and find 4 things that are soft. And can you write those 4 things down? Pause the video now and then come back for the next word. Here is our next word. Sharp. Something that is sharp usually has a pointy end and can cut or make holes in things easily. Ouch! Can you think of an action for sharp? My action for sharp was sticking my finger up in the air and touching it on the top as if it was sharp. What was your action? Could you send me a video on Dojo? How many sounds can you hear in the word sharp? Sh, R, P, sharp. Sh, R, P, sharp. Sharp has 3 sounds. I can see 2 digraphs in sharp. Can you think of 4 things that are sharp? For this task, year 1, it might not be sensible to go and collect sharp things because you might get hurt. So you may want to go and have a look at some sharp things and then write your 4 things down. Pause the video now and then come back for the final word. Here is our final word, shiny. Something that is shiny is very bright. You can see your face in a shiny surface. Can you think of an action for the word shiny? My action for shiny was waving my hands as if I was polishing something shiny in front of me. What was your action? Could you send me a video on Dojo for shiny? Let's count how many sounds we can hear in the word shiny. Sh, I, E, shiny. Sh, I, E, shiny. Shiny has 4 sounds in it. I can see a digraph at the beginning and the I modifies to an I sound. and the y modifies to an E sound. Can you think of 4 things that are shiny? Go and have a look around your house and see what is shiny. Write those 4 things down